We need to move on.
49ers.
Yeah, Niners have only got 2 minutes left on the clock. That did happen very quickly. All pundits and analysts seem to have Mac Jones going here, but this possibly could be the first surprise of the night.
Yeah, so I think all the reports are in the organisation, in the building for the 49ers, it's down between whether they take Mac Jones or whether they take Trey Lance.
Okay, yep.
They're the two. So Fields, I think, is out of the conversation here.
Yep.
It's whether do they go the, let's say, safe route. Kyle Shanahan wants accuracy. He wants to be able to deliver the ball. He essentially wants Jimmy G, but healthy and can play all the time.
Well, if he wants accurate, Mac Jones had the most accurate season in college football history this year. You know what his completion rate was?
77-point-something%. Yeah, like
77.2% on a season.
Yeah.
On a season.
And as I alluded,
it wasn't just short dumping the ball off either. No. His passes that went over 20 yards in the air, 61% he completed that.
Yeah, I think I mentioned before, like everyone alludes to, like, oh, he had a clean pocket, he had the best offensive line, his receivers always open. But you put the tape on and he's getting blasted. Like, the guys get through through the offensive line. Like, it wasn't the best offensive line. They had really good talent there, of course. But he gets blasted. He hangs in there. He delivers strikes. Guys were getting covered, but he'd also find guys. He'd throw really good touch passes. Like, I really like Mac Jones, and would not surprise me in a couple of years' time when we look back at this, considering the other two teams that just picked ahead of him. 49ers are in a better spot. Defensively, definitely. They've got a really good head coach over there that can get some stuff out of offensive weapons. Like, of these three teams, I'd say the 49ers are most likely to get back in the playoffs before the other two are. So Mac Jones playing playoffs before the others. So
I don't think that they do it this year, to be honest.
Big, huge comeback.
And again, very difficult division now in the NFC West. But yeah, looking at that, we're talking about the Alabama O-line. They don't have really any tackles projected to go in the first round, and then maybe Alex Leatherwood in the second.
Yeah, Alex Leatherwood's the big one. Their center, maybe he's in the top 50, but I think he's a center again, probably going to go second round.
So plenty of other guys got projected to go from other colleges before an Alabama O-lineman comes. So, yeah, maybe not the best pocket in college football.
But as Roger makes the pick, Trey Lance was the other option, of course, being the... there we go.
Okay, we got our first spicy meatball.
There you go.
Okay, Trey Lance goes.
To finish my sentence, being the boom prospect, like he could be anything or he could be nothing. Like,
wow,
his floor is
very high ceiling and very low floor.
Like, you love the athleticism. You love his build, his makeup. Like he looks like an absolute athlete. You're just concerned about they absolutely dominated North Dakota. No one else is in their league in that.
Yeah, and for our Aussie listeners, that they're not in the top level of college football. They're in the next one, which is called the FCS.
FCS, yep.
Yeah, so it's not the football bowl subdivision. So it's literally it's not Division 2. They have Division 1, and then this is 1A. So he's playing in a weaker competition against. Against a lot of guys that won't play in the NFL. So that was the big question mark around this guy, Trey Lance. He did dominate. And
they went 17-0. Well, through his starts as well. They went undefeated one year and then won their one game this year. Was one of the best players. So some of my notes to run through, he's clearly more athletic than the two blokes that just went ahead of him. But again... If I use, say, Lamar Jackson as the top end of athleticism at the quarterback position and Colin Kaepernick, I think he's more of a Cap than he is a Lamar Jackson in this regards.
Yep.
So as in Lamar, over 1,000 yards a year, whereas Colin was kind of more the 500 yards a season. I think he's probably more down towards that kind of end. He's going to have designated runs. He will run the ball a little bit more. Kyle Shanahan's probably licking his chops at what he's going to do with him at quarterback. Whether he starts this year is another question. Maybe not. It means Jimmy G might stay there at the 49ers.
Yeah, a lot of noise around Jimmy G if they were going to give him the flick straight away. This 2019 season that he assembled at North Dakota State University.
Run us through some stats.
2,786 passing yards for 28 touchdowns and 0 intercepts. He didn't throw a pick and also ran for 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns, 6.5 yards per carry there. That is that's Madden stats right there. But yeah, you do have to question the opposition. He was actually there in 18, I think.